Coming to you live, on location, in Virginia, or some undisclosed remote location. The one, the only, The Finkel Show. We are about to blast off with riveting and exciting content like never before. Please stand by for liftoff into an exciting new world of entertainment and information.
Oh yeah, this one goes out to the legend, the myth, the mystery. Effing Kale, what? Effing Kale, say it again, effing Kale, one more time, let's go! Nobody knows where he came from, nah, nobody knows what it means, Is it a name? Is it a place? Is it just a random meme? People keep asking, I just say, well, all I know is we yell effing Kale. Say it in the morning, say it at night, say it when something don't feel right. Effing Kale, oh yeah, effing Kale, say it loud, is it genius or a joke? Man, I think we'll never know. Effing Kale, hey, sounds so weird, but it sounds so swell. Effing Kale, oh yeah, nobody knows, but we love it still. Put it on a t-shirt, put it on a sign, put it on a billboard, let it shine. Write it in the sky with a big old plane. Even my grandma saying the name. Doctor asked me, how do you feel? I just shrugged and said, effing Kale. It don't make sense, but it don't need to. It's just a vibe, and we all agree, dude. Effing Kale, one more time. Effing Kale, feels so right. It's the name that breaks the rules. Man, it should be taught in schools. Effing Kale, hey, sounds so weird, but it sounds so swell. Effing Kale, oh yeah, nobody knows, but we love it still. Call the president, call your mom, tell the world it's the brand new song. Write it down, say it out loud, make it the new word of the crowd. Effing Kale, oh, effing Kale, yeah, yeah. Say it once, say it twice, say it wrong, but it still sounds nice. One last time, let's all yell. 3, 2, 1. Effing Kale!
Still haven't figured out who exactly, but we got it narrowed down. Put that together. A lot of AI in that, but the skinny guy doing this, that's not AI. That's actually me. Current day, I am actually that skinny. Trust me, bro. Trust me. I really am that skinny. Okay. I got a 10-minute video I kind of threw together. And the way I go on and on, Muxer's in the audience. He can tell you I tend to repeat myself. It might take 30 minutes. When I'm done with that, I'm going to talk about ICE and Nazis and open up the panel. Of course, co-hosts, co-owners, they're welcome up anytime. This guy we see on the screen now, he's one of those, he's a podcaster, but he also has a call-in show, which is what I wanted to do when I purchased that one-year subscription to that toll-free number. I went on his show one time, and after that, I found out he's pretty big. He's been on the Piers Morgan show. He's even verbally kicked the ass of Andrew Wilson, who you all may or may not know. I'm really unimpressed with Andrew Wilson. He's one of those alpha red pill guys. But I found this guy. There he is. I found this guy, and I called into his show, and I think I talked about a coworker who's very much opposite of this. And
the number to call. Let's go to Finkel.
That's
Finkel
me.
is next up on PTL. Hi, Finkel.
Hey, thanks for letting me on. My question is, for the MAGAs out there, where is the line? They're going after citizens with brain cancer. They're going after judges. They're going after law firms. When do they have to come after you? And the reason I have to ask that is I have a coworker who's a big Trump supporter, and he came after our company. And he and I had a discussion about it, and he says, that's the only thing that bothers me is he's coming after our company.
Now, notice he's a little confused. What I didn't realize, he prefers people with different opinions of him. He's like, wait a minute, this guy agrees with me, which is I ran into with the Sage Outcast. We'll get to the Sage Outcast here in a minute. If you're familiar with the C-SPAN call-in shows, they like all opinions to call in. And this guy thinks the way I do, as does Sage Outcast. But they're a little confused. Wait a minute, this guy's calling to agree with me. I didn't realize it was that way. These guys, this guy and Sage Outcast, love to slam Trumpanzee callers. So he's a little confused. Why is this guy calling when he agrees with me? I think that's, at least that's the way I'm reading him.
I'm like, what about all the other stuff out there? He says, oh, that's all fine. So the line isn't even drawn.
What an idiot. Okay, well, your boss. This is your boss. Your boss is an idiot.
Not my boss.
So first of
Not
all,
my boss.
oh, okay.
Coworker.
One of your coworkers is a complete imbecile. So first of all, that's what you call a selfish, ill-informed, uneducated voter. Until it happens to me, he is completely complicit to what took place on January 6th. He's complicit to the tariffs. He certainly is complicit when it comes to attacking women on looks, attacking people of color,
Okay, now this is the Sage Outcast. I made the same mistake. He also wants people with different opinions than him to call in. He's also like-minded with me. But when I saw the call-in show, I wanted to call in and share my opinion, which agrees with him. I think he's like, oh, darn, I want someone to disagree with me, because both this guy and the other guy have their facts together, and they're pretty much ready for any dissenting opinion. And they kick ass. I'm about to join this one.
Not really. Is it because of... Hang on one second. Let me add you to stage. All right, break 19. Break. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, what's going... I already got a caller in. I even forgot to turn my phone on. What's going on? I'm not Kevin Costner.
I know. They corrected me. You're John Dutton.
I'm What's going on, brother?
You triggered me with Brazil, because Brazil proves everything Trump's been saying about tariffs is a lie. Of course, Trump started out with tariffs because he wants to return manufacturing to America. He's bringing up Brazil because this recent Brazil tariff is proof fact that has nothing to do with it. One, in 2024, the last year measured, is probably going to be similar this year. We didn't have a trade deficit with Brazil. We had a trade surplus. So putting a tariff on Brazil has nothing to do about bringing jobs back to America. What do we import from Brazil? Coffee. The surplus of trade with Brazil and the United States, our surplus was over $7 billion. Why would we need to, and obviously Trump is admitting, it's because the dictator in Brazil that got slammed down and tried to do a January 6th type thing, he got put in his place, and Trump's not happy with that. Because, well, listen, shut up, Finkel. Everything Trump says is a lie.
Yeah. So you're not excited about paying because of Trump's statement that we're basically doing this because of the former president of Brazil that basically had to run to America to hide is now on trial, that we shouldn't pay tariffs for that? The American people shouldn't pay for that? Is that what you're trying to say? How dare you, sir?
Yeah, it's something to do that. But all this time he's been telling us tariffs are to get manufacturing back in America.
Right.
To level the trade deficit.
Right.
2024, our trade with Brazil, we were in surplus of over $7 billion. So before he blamed it. Muxer, if you're out there, I wasn't repeating myself. I actually forgot that I had told him that. On the political situation, I knew this BS was a lie, because this isn't the first round he tried with Brazil. In fact, he did the whole world there for a while.
Yeah.
It's BS. It has nothing to do with manufacturing. Has everything to do with his ego. You were talking about evil earlier.
Yeah.
Evil is ego. It's ego in its worst case. Yeah.
Well, and even
I wanted to put that.
Yeah. So and even the fact that I brought on. Now, are you a content creator?
I am. I'm not a good one. I'm not professional. It's all amateur. It's not monetized.
Well,
my stuff stinks.
Drop it in the private chat there before you get in. So even I spoke yesterday. I watched one of the other guys that comes here. Generally Specific came in and did a reaction video to.
Did he say generally specific? Well, yeah, he did. And that gave me pause. I didn't know if they agreed or disagreed. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing on this show? I'm abstaining from generally specific as much as possible. I did not know. Oh crap!
My thing, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. Like anybody's welcome to do that. I don't, I have no big deal with that. But a lot of things I jumped in there and he asked me, do I hate America? Do you hate America? You must hate America. And I found it funny because it's like.
And that is the GS we all know and love. If you disagree with them, you hate America, just like the Trump pansies.
My debate with some people is basically based on the fact that I'm telling you what a law is. I'm telling you that this is the law that they're abiding by. This is why the immigration people are here because of this U.S. code. And because I point that out, I hate America. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't make this law.
It's starting to sound like his conversation of GS was GS put his Brick Jonesy hat on. Wow. So I'm really like, okay, maybe I'm on the wrong show. When I heard him out, I realized, okay, I'm on the right show, but I should be in the audience. He's looking for people who disagree with him. And I agree with everything I've heard him say so far.
I didn't get this passed. I'm just telling you it's here. And because I'm telling you it's here, you're anti-American. And I'll probably get the same thing with this where we were just about talking Brazil. So if you guys don't know this, anybody that's in here, and I got about 100, 200 people in here and on my platforms, Trump basically came out and put a 50% tariff on Brazil. And he put a 50% tariff on Brazil because he doesn't like the way the ex-president was treated, that he's on trial now, for starting a January 6th style coup in his own country, the exact same way, basically, blamed, election fraud. And
I'm going to disagree, Nerdy. That's part of my problem. That's why I'm 60 and still working and probably will until I drop dead, because I enjoyed my retirement in my 20s and 30s. I did not miss all the good parties. I'm missing them now, but that's okay.
all this other stuff, and that it should end immediately. So now he's saying, look, I'm going to charge the American people 50% on all of your goods if you don't stop charging.
He gets it. When we put tariffs in other countries, it's you and me, it's the consumers. It's the businesses who buy these products and parts who are paying the tariffs, not the other country. Trump is so weird on this, and it's so weird that so many of his followers think that way.
You don't stop this trial against somebody that did something that was against the law in your country. Because I like him. How is that not a dictator? Right? Isn't that like a dictator-ish thing? Right?
Mm-hmm. Dictators helping dictators.
So this is kind of where, when I hear this, when I get a lot of people calling in with the debates and calling in the
You chat are so distracting. Amphibious, left and right-handed. Okay. Thank you, Muckster.
explain to me about the tariffs, and this is what the tariffs are for, and this is what the tariffs are for, and this is what their tariffs are for. I want that same people to call in and say, okay, explain it to me now. Because Trump seems...
Yeah, he wants people who disagree with him to call. So I'm in the wrong place, not because he had GS on his panel recently, but because I agree with him. So I'm going to be boring content with him because we're just going to have an echo chamber up there. He wants to get into it.
Seems to think differently than all of you. And he said it in this letter that he sent to Brazil, White House, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
2 days ago.
I knew and dealt with the former president. I hate names. Bizarro. I can't remember his name. And I respect him greatly. I did most other leaders of countries. The way that Brazil has treated former president, a highly respected leader throughout the world during his term, included by the United States, is an international disgrace. This trial This trial should not be taking place. It is a witch hunt and should end immediately. And then it goes on to basically says, I'm going to give you 50% tariffs because of it.
What do you all buy from Brazil? I buy coffee. So my coffee's going up. What else do we buy from Brazil? As I said, our trade imbalance for Brazil is a surplus, $7 billion worth a year. We don't buy anything from Brazil. They buy stuff from us. So yeah, it has nuts. Oh, right, the Brazil nuts. You can only eat 2 or 3 of those a day, I understand. You get really sick if you eat a whole bag of them.
He literally sparked a January 6th style attack.
Which also failed just like January 6th.
The same way. It's all rigged. There was an investigation. They looked into it. It wasn't rigged. He says, yes, it was. All this other stuff. And now we are now charging the American 50%. Now that may not affect you. I mean, what are you going to get? I don't know, coffee. I just won't get Brazilian coffee. I don't know, copper. Are you guys good with not having any copper? That could be a hurt one, right? So, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, brother?
Yeah, coffee. That's going to be a big one. I need my cup in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where copper comes. I'm originally from upstate New York. Copper used to come from Revere Copper and Brass, but in Rome, New York. But they moved that out. Well, the headquarters is still there, but they moved all the production to China decades ago.
Yeah, and there's a lot of steel.
I don't know where copper comes from now.
So, in your opinion, in regards to the tariffs now, where were you before? Did you vote Trump when he came in, or no?
How dare you?
Were you a Trump voter?
I have not liked Trump since approximately 1987. When I heard he was going into politics, I'm thinking we're the first word on that hat.
The old F Trump.
Yeah.
F Trump Brigade.
Oh.
The old F Trump Brigade. Yeah. So, how does this stop? Do you think? How do we make this stop? How does it end? I mean, do you think Congress is ever going to step up and do anything? Like, what's the plan?
That is the huge problem. Trump has sickle pants all through the cabinet. He has sickle pants in the majority of Congress, both Senate and House, and he has sickle pants at the top of the court, the Supreme Court, and most of the appellate courts. It's really up to the people for whatever we can do. We are parallel to Nazi Germany, 1938, and I know. And that's the next topic after I'm done with this guy, or actually he's done with me. I've been getting a lot of flack because I've been pointing out how ICE is just like the Nazis. It started with an ICE detention center preventing Christians in detention from having Bibles. And you know, if that's making the news, what's not making the news? Jews, Torahs, Muslims, Qurans, whatever Buddhists use for religious texts, are actually refusing basic human rights to freedom of religion in these detention centers, which most of them are there without due process. People get pissed off. I mean, says Trump didn't unalive 6 million people. There's more to that. That's yet. 1938, Hitler didn't unalive 6 million people either. That started in 40 or 41. We're on the same track. We're not there yet, but we're doing everything else in the late 30s. I'm seeing in the chat other things that we import from Brazil. But again, our surplus was $7 billion. We're actually shipping more to Brazil than they are from us. So who's going to win that tariff war? I don't know. The Hitler folks did. I know people don't like comparing modern politicians to Hitler, but
no, I understand.
Come on.
I mean, I understand completely. I do. But I'm gonna turn the phones on. So I appreciate you jumping in, brother.
I'm good. You have a good show. I'll be watching.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, let me turn the phones on because I know I'm gonna want to get callers. I've already got callers. Well, I already got people calling in, but I didn't turn the phones on. Let me turn the phones on. Phones are on. Sonia, tell them about the phones.
What's up,
His
Christine?
number 856-600-4654. Sage Outcast. I have questions.
Oh, so let me go back to some of the videos. So let me go back here. We'll come back to that. Was it this one? Oh, I already got a phone. Who's this one? Oh, I know this guy. Oh, hang on.
Well, okay, that was my part in that show, my very short part. And like with this guy, both great podcasts, both great call-in shows. It's really meant more for people who disagree with them. So
Finkel has a short part.
All right. This means war. Did you guys hear what he was saying? You don't believe him, right? So near the end of my conversation with Sage Outcast, I started talking about my comparisons to ICE and the Gestapo, the Nazis. Yeah, Christine. Yeah, he knows all about my parts. I'm kidding. So I put together a timeline. Actually, had ChatGPT put together a timeline, and that's what I'm going to be using. Yeah, so I have notes. I don't have this all memorized. In fact, what I've been telling other YouTubers and other forums was that we're at about a 1938. As I dug deeper, we're not linear, but we are progressing towards. And the biggest pushback I get is I forgot. I forgot to share the they changed everything. How do I invite? There we go. It is an open panel, and it's always open to co-owners, even if you're going to tell me I have short parts. I have suggested people look at early Reich of Hitler. Yes. It's not linear. I've been telling people we're at about a 1938 because they keep pushing back. Well, Trump hasn't unalived 6 million people. Well, that's true. And neither did Hitler until I think it was 1941. I was saying we're at about a 1938, but that's not entirely correct. We're mind Trump. Yeah. Okay. So in 1932, the Nazi Party rose in popularity, and amidst economic turmoil, the Nazi Party gains electoral strength, kind of like the Republicans, becoming the largest party in the Reichsburg. The largest party in both houses of Congress is Republican, or actually more accurately, MAGA. So that's 1932. So we're beyond 1932 for sure. 1933, Adolf Hitler is appointed the Chancellor of Germany. He's not a dictator yet, but obviously we all know he became a dictator. January 30th. Wow, January 20th this year, Trump became president of the United States and now is acting like a dictator. By March, the first concentration camp, Dachau, was established. You guys are familiar with what they're calling alligator Alcatraz? We're calling alligator Auschwitz. We're there. We're in March 22nd of 1933. We have our first concentration camp. And more are on the way. He's planning on several across the country. So we should call that alligator Dachau. Dachau? Dachau. Auschwitz sounds better, though. 1933 still, April 1st. We're closer to 1940. Yeah, I would agree. But it's not really literal. Where was it? April 1st, April Fool's Day. Nationwide boycott of Jewish businesses. Oh dear. Let's bring up my other notes. Where was I? Nationwide boycott of Jewish businesses. On April 7th, now this one is comparable. The law for the restoration of professional civil service service, it bans Jews from government jobs. Kind of like LGBTQ, trans men, trans women, they are now banned from political appointments in the executive branch and banned from the United States Armed Forces, even though they've always served honorably in the United States Armed Forces since before the United States was the United States. You are correct, stupid humans. This is not America anymore. This is something else. Thank you, whoever's helping me out, probably Muxter. It is an open panel if anybody wants to discuss or dispute. I'm not just looking for disputers. I'm looking for anybody who wants to agree or point out things I missed, but disputers are welcome too. Where was I? 1933. April 7th. Okay, I just read that one. 1935. In September, the Nuremberg laws were enacted. What are Nuremberg laws? I'm glad you asked. We started to strip Jews of German citizenship. I put stars by that one because we are there. We are stripping people of citizenship. Actually, born in America, American citizens have been deported by this administration. Naturalized American citizens have been deported. Legal immigrants have been deported. And they're continuing to. And so whether they're illegal, legal immigrants, naturalized citizens, or born citizens, we are now taking away their citizenship rights, what it is to be an American, due process and all that. So in some ways, we're at 1935 September, but not in always. It's not linear. In 1936, things calmed down a little bit because Berlin got the Olympics. What the hell was the Olympic Committee thinking, giving Berlin the Olympics? But the Nazi regime temporarily tones down its anti-Semitism for international image. So they knew they were doing things wrong. Though Jews were still persecuted domestically, away from the Olympic arenas. All right, now we're in 1938, which is what I've been saying is where we are linearly in comparison to Nazi Germany. Some things were ahead, some things were behind. We're losing focus. Okay. Jesse Owens. Oh, yeah, Jesse Owens. I forgot about Jesse Owens. Thank you, Muxter. All right. In November, the 9th and 10th, what we call Kristallnacht in the Deutsch, or Night of the Broken Glass in English, synagogues were burned. Businesses were looted. Approximately 30,000 Jewish men are arrested and sent to camps. I don't know what the count is, but between the El Salvadorian Maximum Prison, Alligator Auschwitz, and other places, are we at 30,000 yet? And it's not just men. But synagogues burned, businesses looted. We did that more so back in the 50s and 60s when they were burning the black churches and all that. So in some ways we're ahead, some ways we're way behind. But you could see things pushing that way. All right. In November, December, Jews fined $1 billion Reichsmarks for the damage caused by the Nazis. It's kind of like an ICE agent dressing up like a thug, and two of his buddies, they kidnap a lady off the street, and the lady resists. Now the victim is guilty of assaulting an officer. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how we're not there. We're charging the victims. 1939. I put a note by this one, meaning that we are there. Jews forced to carry ID cards and adopt Israel or Sarah as middle names. David Israel Finkel. Just Sarah Muxter. It was gender related. I'm kidding, Muxter. I'm kidding. Are we doing that now? Well, we've changed the laws on how passports can be. You can either be male or female. There's no such thing in their world as a hermaphrodite, as a dual gender or a transgender. And now we need real IDs. The real ID looks just like the last driver's license I had. Now we need those to get on airplanes or a passport. So in a lot of ways, we're there. We're in January of 1939. October, the first ghettos established in occupied Poland. Okay, now it's beyond Germany, but a ghetto established. A place kind of blocked in, sounds kind of like Los Angeles now, with plans for New York City and Chicago and Washington, D.C. They've been very open about this. All right, 1940. In the spring, mass deportations of Jews from Germany. Mass deportations. We're there. We're in the middle of a mass deportation right now. Now, they were targeting Jews. Trump is targeting anybody who he can pin as being not American. And his definition of not American is growing. So Jews are no longer German in 1940. Americans are no longer American in 2025. May of 1940, the Lodz, forgive the pronunciation, LODZ, ghetto in Poland is sealed and becomes one of the largest ghettos. Again, LA, plans for New York City, DC, Chicago, who knows? In fall of 1940, Jews banned from public places in Germany. LGBTQ starting to get banned at the libraries, at many places here in the United States. So we're kind of there. Now, where we're not, and in 1940, Germany is not, the Nazis are not, at a place where we're exterminating millions of people. We're not there yet. Remember, the Nazis came to power in 1933. It's now 1940. That's 7 years. Sorry, 7 years. Trump has been president 4 years with a 4-year break, and now 6 months. We're not there yet, but we're paralleling a lot of things that led up to. All right, it's 1941, June 22nd. Germany invaded the Soviet Union. I can't pronounce this word. Einsatzgruppen began mass shootings of Jews. 1941. So if you're trying to do a linear thing, that's next year. That's 2026. Mass shooting of Jews. 1933 to 1941, no genocide. 1941, the genocide starts. 2017 to 2021, no genocide. 2025, January to July, no genocide. I am comparing ICE and Trump to Nazis up until 1941, with a lot of the key indicators in between very similar. So what's that guy's, the guy who made the law, Godwin's law? I think it's time to revise that law. Actually, someone told me they did revise that law. All right, in September of 1941, Jews in German-controlled areas ordered to wear the Yellow Star of David. I don't really see anything comparing that yet. I can see where we're going that way. And October, deportations of Jews from Germany to the east, often to death camps, begin. What do you think the plans are for Gitmo and Alligator Auschwitz and the Sea Cut in El Salvador? And now I'm hearing they're planning things like Sudan. The fuck, Sudan? We don't have any immigrants from Sudan. Why would you deport people to Sudan? Nazis went to gas chambers for several reasons. 1, more efficient to waste of bullets, and 3, mental stress of soldiers. Oh, it was actually hard for the soldiers to point their pew-pews at Jewish people. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me. What surprises me, how these American ICE Nazis, they're not forming a conscience yet. Of course, they have yet to start killing. Where was I? 1941, October, deportations. December, the U.S. enters the war. Nazi policy shifts towards systematic extermination. Okay. In 1941, U.S. enters the war. Who do you think is going to come save us from the modern day Nazis? Who's going to save us from ICE? The Allies? No, because we were one of them. We became the most powerful of the Allies. Britain? No. France? No. Nobody's coming to save us. We either got to do it or become bootlicking Nazis. Congress isn't going to do it. The Supreme Court's not going to do it. Are there going to be elections in 2026? They've already canceled the Miami 2025 elections. Don't believe me? Look it up. I'm not going to say Google it because people freak out when I say Google it. Use whatever search engine or library catalog card you want. The Miami 2025 elections have been canceled. It's a fact. All right. 1942. Nazi leaders formalized the final solution to the Jewish question. We're not at 1942, but most of the stuff I've read up so far has led up to this. We haven't started killing immigrants yet. Or American citizens, for that matter. Mid to late 1942, mass deportations and extermination camps. Now the concentration camps have evolved into extermination camps. 1943, Gestapo, that's the Nazi SS, arrests 1,800 Jews in Berlin, final major roundups in German cities. Actually, I'm surprised they lasted in Berlin until that point. Again, LA, soon to be New York City, Chicago, DC. In May through April of 1943, the Warsaw Ghetto uprising brutally crushed by the Nazi forces. The Jews in the ghetto in Warsaw tried to fight back. The citizens and immigrants of LA are trying to fight back. Who do you think's winning right now? Yeah, we see some small victories. Yeah, we're putting out some advice, like for those horses. I don't know if you guys saw it. Let's fast forward to America to Trump in the bunker with Eva Melania. Actually, I think Melania is too old for him now. I think he's looking for a younger, a newer bride. All right. Who's winning in LA? I mean, we're sure slowing them down, but it feels like the people who are in favor of Constitution, people in favor of human rights, are losing to the ICE Nazis. And unfortunately, we got to include Army National Guard and active duty Marines. All right. Throughout 1943, Jews in German-occupied Europe being steadily exterminated. Yeah, we're definitely not there. But as you can see from everything I've said in the last few minutes, we're on our way. 1944, Nazis deport over 400,000 Hungarian Jews to Auschwitz. That's not really deporting. That's kind of importing. Most gassed on arrival. Yeah. We haven't gassed it with tear gas people, but we haven't gassed people for extermination yet. I emphasize yet. In late 1944, Nazis began dismantling camps to hide evidence as Allies advanced. Are they going to dismantle Alligator Auschwitz as our saviors advance? No, because we are the most powerful country in the world. The only people who stand a chance is China and maybe Russia. They're not going to help. Trump is in bed with China and Russia. And 45 death marches begin. Tens of thousands of Jewish prisoners forced westward in brutal winter conditions. April and May in 45, Allied troops. It's not going to happen here. We either got to do it ourselves or become them. I'm voting for we do it ourselves. Allied troops liberate camps. Buchenwald, Dachau, and Bergen-Belsen. And May 8th, Trump surrenders, end of the American Holocaust. Germany surrenders, the end of the Holocaust, and WWII in Europe. Estimated toll, approximately 6 million Jews murdered in the Holocaust. And that's what they get to when they argue with me when I compare ICE and Trump and MAGAs to Nazis. They point out they haven't killed 6 million people yet. Right. We're back there in before 1940. In some ways, we're well beyond 1940, but we're just not there yet. Well, I'm at 39 minutes. Actually, when I stopped showing the other shows, I meant for my monologue to stop there. I'm hoping anybody would like to come up and talk about these things or other things. I've said what I wanted to say. Maybe I'll make more, these automated shorts. I got to pay more attention. It was pointed out to me by a good friend that some of my shorts don't make sense. Maybe I should tag the shorts to this video so you get the full context. Maybe drive people to watch this video. Or maybe do the manual shorts thing. White says closer to 1941. Yeah, if linear. But I don't think we're linear. Some of the things we did years ago, some of the things we're doing now. I've mistakenly been saying 1938. I guess that could be an average. All right. I see something forming in the basement. It looks yellow. It looks fuzzy. I'm going to shut up and see what that is. It's not me.
You can delete the footage. You can smash the phones. You can threaten the witnesses. You can hide behind your masks. You can remind us all you are just following orders. But let Yelmo remind you of something. There's always a digital footprint you will leave that will lead us straight to you. You and your crimes. The raids. The cages. The checkpoints. The silencing of voices trying to feed the starving children. The world sees it. The world records it. You think your badge, your uniform, your government contract will shield you forever? History says otherwise. From ICE agents ripping families apart, to those attacking aid convoys, to anyone who raises their hand against the innocent. Your crimes don't vanish in the dark. The data lives on. The videos spread. The names are written down. And there's one thing history proves. Justice hunts. Accountability catches up. Truth never stays buried. You may outrun it for a while, but one day, the world will remember your face, your actions, your legacy. And when that day comes, you'll wish you stood on the right side of history.
It doesn't matter, sir. We're just following orders. He's got a warrant.
Why are you doing this?
You don't stay, you're going to be arrested for
She's sick! She's sick! Why are you doing this? They came from persecution.
I like Yelmo. They have cold hearts. I like Yelmo. I've never heard of Yelmo. He's such a muppet. It's just funny when YouTubers call people muppet. It's moppet. It's moppets. The Australian insult. Where are our Australians? Where's our New Zealanders? Hey, Sage Outcast. Okay. You were the highlight of the beginning of this show. Welcome. Everyone's welcome. I didn't want to interrupt your show the other day, Sage, but I was inclined to warn you about January specific, but something tells me you've already figured him out. Hello, Muckster. How are you? What's
it to you?
What's it to me how you are? Well,
Always with the questions.
When
Who are you working for?
When ICE arrests me and deports me, who's going to keep my channel going? So yeah, it's important to me that you're doing okay.
So I got another video.
Yeah.
It's actually Yelmo reminded me of one of my favorite movie monologues, and I'm going to squeeze that into a video somewhere. I thought I'd just play it because it also seems relevant.
I like Yelmo. I've only seen him once, just now. I like him. He's first good.
I'll be all around in the dark. I'll be everywhere, wherever you can look. Wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat, I'll be there. Wherever there's a cop beating up a guy, I'll be there. I'll be in the way guys yell when they're mad. I'll be in the way kids laugh when they're hungry and they know supper's ready. And when the people are eating the stuff they raise and living in the houses they build. I'll be there too.
That didn't look like Yelmo. It was impactful. It was moving. What's that from?
Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, okay. I think I was supposed to read that in high school and never did. ICE will never take my ass anywhere. I would like to think that, but they're pretty powerful and they're going to get more powerful because we just made them the highest budgeted law enforcement agency in the world. In fact, they're better budgeted than most militaries in the world. In fact, that includes the United States Marine Corps. ICE has a bigger budget than the United States Marine Corps. Holy shit.
Well, they're going to need the extra guys if they try to carry my ass away.
I'm very much aware that if it's me versus them, because they always travel in twos or threes, and I'm 60, I will lose that fight. But I agree with White in that I will fight. I did something stupid today. I was near Annandale when I got my ICE blocker alert that they were at a certain building on a certain floor. I'm like, what's that building? What's that floor? Oh, it's immigration court. So I beelined for, I think it was 7619 Little River Turnpike, hoping to get some video of ICE and see what they would do to me when I say, "Hi, Hitler." Oh, I thought that was your... I mean, I was going through this whole skit in my head. I went to the fourth floor. And unfortunately, the only thing on the fourth floor is a metal detector security guard entering the court area and the elevator lobby. I'm like, there's no way I'm getting in there. So I couldn't really see if they were there. So I went back downstairs, walked around the building, and looked for the typical SUVs. Apparently, I missed whatever ICE was up, which, why it might be a good thing because I would have lost that fight. There's no doubt about it. I haven't seen anyone win a fight with ICE yet. We're losing. We are losing. It was my hopes to get some video, and we're finding out that we can run facial recognition. They like to cover up. But I noticed something. During COVID, the iPhone facial recognition is trained to recognize your face even under a mask. Focus on the eyes. Hello, DKiwi. Is the insult pronounced Muppet or Moppet? I've always been an impression Moppet, but I hear a lot of Americans trying to imitate it and say Muppet, which is a fuzzy stuffed animal puppet. And of course, I don't know how far back he is. DKiwi is from New Zealand.
See now,
Mop. He says Mupp.
I didn't think it was an insult, though, judging from Mrs. Doubtfire. Because Mrs. Doubtfire would go, "Hello, Moppets."
Oh, really? Oh,
Mop. Yeah, I thought it was like a thing for, like kids. Hey, kids. Hey, Moppets.
Christine says mop. DKiwi says mup. Like Muckster. So I guess the jury's still out. We're getting both. Muppet or Moppet. I've heard it before, and I never connected to because I heard it pronounced Moppet. But lately I've been hearing Muppet more often, so I don't know. Oh, nerdy. I was asked to relay to you. Howard, at least as Howard, is off YouTube. He got banned. I suggested he create a new account, but you're yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me? Why don't you click on this link that I'm about to post and yell at Muckster? See how far that goes. Yeah. See, I'm a softy. You can yell at me all you want. Let's see how it goes if you yell at Muckster. Yeah. All right. Christine, when Muckster joined, I asked him how he's doing. He says, "What do you care?" Can you believe that? Actually, it wasn't at the beginning. It was more recently. But I'm like, wow, huh? Muxter inherits the channel when I get deported to Sudan. Muted Voodoo. Long time I know we'll see. All right. So I guess we're done talking about call-in shows. I don't. Maybe we want to do a call-in show like that. Of course, we'll never compete with Sage or that other guy. They're just too good. Of course, at 12 viewers, who are we going to compete with anyway? Sage asked me if I was a content creator. I said, yeah, not professional, not good. I do have a YouTube page. Not the Howard. Yes, the Howard. He got banned.
You know, it's like I was saying to Ariel the other night after we kicked you out. We were on our way to being more popular before we were led astray. I mean, we never would have been one of those, 1,000 people in chats, but we were starting to get like the regular 25 or 30.
That's fair. We were hovering around 30s and 40s until.
Yeah, we were led down a.
Yeah, regret.
Anyway.
Thanksgiving. Well, I can't remember her name now. Izzy. Wow. Yeah. I think someone called her Yoko.
Actually, I was calling her that before everything went to hell. Yeah.
Yoko Ono did not tear apart the Beatles. The Beatles did that all by themselves. I'm sure she helped.
So, yeah, not that I want to talk about that stuff, but okay. I did throw a little jab at Spider Dog the one day because he had a breakup with Shih Tzu, good old Shih Tzu, the bitch that's only good for talking about Wrangler.
Oh, shiz happens. Okay.
Yeah.
They had a falling out.
Yeah, and I said something in one of the comments. I said, I may have been wrong in one case, but I do want to say that I long ago spotted Shiz for who she was. Because, Spider kind of got on my case about, I tried to warn you about Izzy.
Apparently, Izzy still has a following. There's someone for everyone. We won't judge you for it, but we will warn you.
Oh, well.
What's up, Dicky? Why are you saying God damn it? It's because I didn't notice whatever you said before? Oh, because, okay, you got banned. Okay. Yeah. Right. And after you got banned, okay. If you are watching, Howard, I hope you are well, my friend. Oh, yes, Howard, we do hope you're well. And if you are watching, create a new account. That's what everybody who gets banned, that's what they do, is create a new account. Kaiser did it. I did it.
I just did it was a pre-ban in case Kiwi actually came up here. I was just,
Oh, I'm finding myself less and less time for good quality time on YouTube. Sometimes run in the background when I'm working or doing other things, but I haven't really been able to dive into. Have you seen anything interesting on the YouTubes? Anything worth reporting? News?
I've actually been spending more time watching like TV shows and stuff. Like
TV shows.
I'll come on YouTube and I end up going down the rabbit hole of shorts, watching a bunch of shorts and watching, some of the auditors with cops asking for ID or watching soldiers coming home. But it's like I've become a millennial. It's like it's longer than 3 minutes. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, And that's why I've been doing so many shorts, is they seem to get more attention. Sometimes a short will hang out there for 2 days before it gets its first views. But other times it could be meaningless and I'll get 500 views. I'm like, what is the magic? And I've tried doing all the SEOs and all the tags. It doesn't seem to matter. You may have noticed that I've moved my secondary channel, my burner channel, to Shadowfinkel. And I'm kind of making fun of YouTube because I think it's shadow banned. I think not Finkel, but Shadowfinkel, or the Finkel Dunking Show as it used to be called. I think I went too far on something and they've shadow banned me.
When I was doing the shorts, and it is cool that StreamYard does that, but I would always look at them all before I hit the upload thing, because like some of yours, they've come out as you'll go, okay, so I'm going to give you all the recipe for meatloaf. It ends. It's like you don't get to what you say. So it kind of some of them. It does a good job on some stuff, but sometimes it doesn't quite put the right. That's why whenever you said you wanted to do a short that one day, I just went in and did one manually to get all the.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then I didn't realize you'd already put some up before I did it.
Oh, that's why I auto-generated from StreamYard, and I just, click, because I don't know if I was trying to get back to work or if I can't remember why, but I did not review any of them. And then when you said that, I'm like, well, that hurts. It's true, but it hurts. Oh, acid. The omeprazole. Empty. Other omeprazole. Who's that? Who that? Do we let him up?
Oh, God.
No, not God. No. God-like. We'll give him God-like, but not God. How you doing, Mr. Wiki? Dark
Gentlemen, how are ya? How you doing?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Yeah, good. What's the news?
The news is the right has always hated BLM. Now, in recent years, they've hated BLM, which means Black Lives Matter. But even before that, they hated BLM because the Bureau of Land Management was depriving them of free grazing on federal land. I wonder what they'll think when they realize that the national federal land, the forests, the parks, they're all being utilized for drilling and mining, and they're going to lose it, just like the hunters and the fishers did. Will they start hating that BLM again? I don't know. I remember a bunch of guys getting on a bridge with guns because BLM was going to arrest, I think his name was Bundy, a rancher named Bundy. All right, guys.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
Kiwi, do me a favor. If you want your camera on, turn it back on. I was just looking at the new controls they have, and there was a thing that said to turn off your camera.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it, but it won't let me turn it back on. So if you want it on, you could probably do it.
I see. Okay. No, I've got control here, but it's better with just my icon because my face could crack a mirror. So.
Okay.
Wow, that's harsh.
I know, it's true. I climbed the ugly tree as a child, and on the way down, I hit every branch. So, yeah, it's safer this way. Is this going to be a long live today? I was a bit worried this week. Your lives have been quite short and succinct, and I wondered if maybe you were getting pissed off or frustrated with the whole thing.
I'll admit I'm starting to get a little bored with the YouTube. Today's live was meant to be a monologue plugging Sage Outcase. I went on his show, I think yesterday, So I wanted to plug him. This guy here, he has a pretty good show. And while I was on there, I found out that he had encountered someone we all know and love, generally specific. And then I went on a
really?
rant. I went on a rant how we're comparing ICE to Nazis, and now we're just open panel, whatever anyone wants to talk about. Making fun of New Zealanders or Pennsylvanians, whatever.
There's nothing funny down here.
Are you bothered? Just a little? You seem mad.
Can do that. But I heard you talking while she was talking, which means they've updated where you can still talk. Huh. Interesting.
Are you playing with the controls, Muxter?
No, I think it's Ariel. I think Ariel's around somewhere screwing with stuff.
Oh, Ariel.
You know how those damn Mexicans are.
Yeah,
Phantom Menace.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood.
It's funny because I was going to blame him, and he comes in.
Poor guy was married with children. Oh, Peggy. Oh,
Killing time passing through. Haven't seen you for ages.
I'm sorry?
Haven't seen Killing Time for ages.
I think he got bored of YouTube a lot sooner than I did. I'm starting to get a little bored with it. Tonight I have nothing going on for a few more hours. I don't know how long we'll be on, but we'll at least be on for another 3 to 5 minutes. Can you guess why?
No, I can't guess why.
I'm going to step out for 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, you're going to have some fresh air.
Yeah, fresh air. That's it. Fresh air. Okay. And I will be back. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to.
How are you, Muxter?
I meant to stop camera. What am I doing? Oh, they gone and changed the controls. Oh, stop camera's down here, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Stop camera and mute. I'll be back in 3 to 5.
Hey.
You keeping well?
Oh, okay. Yep. How's your winter going?
Yeah, pretty cold at the moment. Yeah. It's about 4 degrees today.
That's pretty cold even in the civilized world.
Yeah. So we're yeah.
How's the house coming?
We are making progress. We got new cabinets for our kitchen, so we put that together, and we got our fireplace going, new chimney and stuff put in. I'm putting up plastic film on the windows to double insulate the windows so they don't get that condensation on them. And yeah, that's about it. Lots of little projects going on.
Yeah. Regular wood fireplace or like gas?
No, we took a gas one out and we put the wood back in, wood fire back in. Yeah, much better. Gas used to be fairly cheap here, so everyone got gas fireplaces put in. But then the gas price went up, so it's not really that feasible anymore, So we just got the wood put back in because we've got plenty of trees here in New Zealand. We love to cut them down, so lots of firewood around.
Yeah, screw those damn trees. What are they?
They just take up valuable real estate.
Yep.
So yeah, we just chop them down and burn it. Yeah.
And they attract squirrels.
Well, squirrels and birds, yeah. squirrels and birds. It's quite troublesome. Life should be controlled, should adhere to our authority.
That's right. They must assimilate.
Yeah. So what's happening over there in your happy mountain that you live on?
Yeah, well, my town just had their big once a year thing. We always are big on the 4th of July.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they've been like for 100 years. They always had a parade and carnival and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's like once a year our town does something, and then we go back to just living in obscurity.
Well, that's kind of nice. Obscurity is not a bad place to be.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Living in obscurity is almost good as living incognito.
Well,
Cognito is a little warmer.
Cognito, yeah, yeah. They got the sand and the water there. Yeah, very popular.
Oh crap, he's back.
That was quick. He stuck that one down.
Well,
That's what his girlfriend always says.
Yeah, yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Mr. What was it? Short, I forget what it was now.
So what I missed?
Oh no, just chatting about our respective locales.
Yeah, I heard you on the way out the door that it's cold. I forget you have reverse seasons. Or we have opposite seasons. Yeah.
You do on account of the hemispheres.
Right, for our flat Earth. Yeah, that's it. Reminding me.
What's up, Finkel? What's up?
That direction is up. Actually, from your perspective, that might be down.
That'll be down. Yeah.
One of my apps on my what do you call that thing? Roku is Sky News, and every now and then they go into this really cool 3-dimensional picture of the Earth, and they'd have the temperatures around the world. And
okay.
I forget it's Celsius. I'm like, damn, it's pretty cold everywhere. Oh, that's right.
Well, still though, he said it's 4 there, so that's still pretty cold.
Yeah. Either way you look at it, 4's cold.
Now, apparently, I was watching a history doco about temperature, and the whole world decided to move to Celsius, but you guys didn't get the memo.
Well,
back in the 1800s or something, you just stuck with the Fahrenheit and went, "Nah, screw you guys."
Actually, it goes back to 1776 when we got together and we said, first of all, there's too many fucking U's. We don't want all those U's in our language anymore. It's color, not color. And second of all, you can take your metric system and shove it up your ass. We're sticking with feet and inches because it makes more sense to measure things, by like 36 inches instead of, 10. You're going to go by 10 centimeters and 100. What kind of sense does that make to separate things into 10s? You separate it into 12s and 36s. It makes more sense.
Brick Jonesy. I remind you that when we threw the T in the Boston Harbor, the British helped us throw the metric in the Boston Harbor too. Yeah.
Well, it's quite troublesome when we it's quite troublesome when we buy things from America, like your bolts or your pipe or cables, and we're looking at them going 5/16 of fucking what, or 5/8 of something, and you're going, well, that's not divisible by 10. I mean, anyway, anyway, I digress. I don't want to start a fight.
That was the other thing we did too in 1775. We said, you know what? We've discovered South America. Fuck your tea. It's going in the harbor. We're drinking coffee from now on.
Coffee and cocaine. Yep, that's all good.
Now, like tea in the 1700s, we're going to be paying a tax on coffee. Brazil. Fucking Trump.
So now that you're identifying ICE as being Nazi-like, and the extreme swing of the pendulum over there, are you getting any grief from officials? Are you being harassed or tapped or surveilled, do you think?
I personally have not been harassed.
Okay.
I even go out of my way looking to get harassed. I think the problem is the complexion of my skin.
Oh, you're allowed to have a voice.
Yeah. I'm what's called white privilege. I don't have an accent. Even when I fake speaking Caucasian, they just look at me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Don't we all?
It's just with the extreme nature of these people and the movement that they're being oppressed upon the people. I just worry. Obviously, they have no moral boundaries. So, what lengths would they go to? You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if Finkel had 50,000 subscribers that he'd have an FBI file now.
Yeah.
If I was
That's
a bigger
what I'm sort
channel,
of concerned about.
They have bigger white fish to fry than me. So far. Now today I went looking for ICE at an immigration court. I didn't find them, but let's say they were kidnapping a Latino lady of 50s, 60s, masked, armed, unidentified men in unidentified vehicles. I would struggle should I fight them or not, but we all know if I chose to fight them, I would lose. Just like the entire city of Los Angeles is fighting them, and they're losing.
Yeah.
What the American people have to do is stand up together and fight them. Because
there is absolutely no way in hell that the American colonists could possibly win at Bunker Hill. But they fought. And they won.
Fair point.
There was no way those colonies could possibly beat the most powerful nation on earth.
Yeah.
But they fought.
Yeah.
Especially since they were commanded by a guy who fought the French Indians in Muxter's neighborhood, Fort Wilderness, was it?
Yeah.
he put that fortress, a picket fence, in the lowest ground he could find, where it was so easy to be surrounded by French and Indians that were like, really? We want this guy to lead our Continental Army and become our first president? Well, apparently he can learn from his mistakes, because I think General Washington, later President Washington, did very well. But if you followed Washington's history up until he led the Continental Army, he was quite the fuck up. I get silence. I know everyone wants to worship Washington like he's God. He was human. He was flawed. He had his errors.
I was actually I had paused because I was searching for a cherry tree joke. But I just couldn't come up with anything good.
I got one. You know, George Washington was born in Texas. Did you know that?
Was he?
And,
okay.
And one day he got himself an axe. He's like, "Oh, what can I do with this axe?" And there was a cherry tree in the back of his plantation that his father was trying to grow into a full-grown tree, but George decided he was going to try out his new axe, and he chopped down the cherry tree. And when his dad found the cherry tree chopped up, he said, "Who chopped down my cherry tree?" And George stood up. He said, "I'm sorry, Dad, I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down the cherry tree." And the next day they packed up the wagon trains and they were moving out. And George says, "Where are we going?" He says, "We're going to go to Virginia." He says, "Why Virginia?" He says, "Well, if you cannot tell a lie, you'll never make it in Texan politics."
That was a long way to go for that.
That was a long way around.
I stole the joke from the last Texan Democratic governor. Can't remember her name.
Now, here's a question. Does modern day Texas still think that it's a separate country from all the other United States?
Yes, until they have a flood and need help from the rest of the country.
Right.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting thing. If it wasn't for the tragedy, I could. MAGA, state and county level MAGAs going after federal MAGAs and vice versa. It's
like they're eating themselves.
I wish it didn't involve so many tragic deaths, especially children, campers, because without that aspect of it, I would have a field day with the way MAGAs are going after MAGAs. Of course, it's Thursday. I predicted by tomorrow they'll find a way to blame the Democrats, or at least blame the Democrats for politicizing it. They politicized it from day one. As they realize, the Democrats are having too much fun laughing at us over this, that we're going to combine and blame them somehow. If not for the events and the recovery, at least for politicizing it.
By the way, as you were
but everything's politicized over there.
I'm sorry, you're both talking?
Sorry.
As you were telling your cherry tree story, I was thinking the modern day version would be, "Who cut down my cherry tree? Father, I cannot tell a lie. It was the Mexicans."
Yeah. They ate our dog too.
Did you all know that Texas is actually a blue state?
No.
They're not purple. They're definitely not red. They're blue. The reason we think Texas is a red state is because they're a voter oppressed state. Recent polls show that the vast majority of Texans hate Republicans, hate Trump, hate ICE, although they still love the guns. But so do blue state Pennsylvanians. They love the guns too. I know a certain bleeding heart liberal who loves his guns. I won't say any names.
Why are you pointing at Kiwi?
Wait a minute. I'm not pointing at Kiwi.
What did I do?
You're not from Pennsylvania. I wasn't pointing at you.
Now, here's a question to my American friends. Does anyone know where the Epstein list has gone?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Pam Bundy ate it.
She ate it. It was on her desk, apparently.
Well, by
She
now
did
it's
say in an interview it was on her desk.
yeah. By now
Yeah.
it's the DC sewage system somewhere along Constitution Avenue. Yeah. She ate it. She digested it. She shat it out. Yeah, it's history.
Does anyone want to guess at some of the names that may have been on said list?
There's been speculation about that for a long time, and I would speculate it does include Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and
Yeah.
a British royal person. I can't remember which one. But
what's his name? Andrew, Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew. Yeah. Okay. I would speculate. One thing I am certain of: Donald Trump. I am absolutely 100% convinced Donald Trump is on that list. Ergo, why would it go from being on his bitch's desk to it never existed? Oh, Muxer's best friend, James Stern, is back. Welcome back, James. I'm not saying it wasn't a tragedy, but the storm warnings went out starting the day before and the day of, and the NWS reported they were fully staffed. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know about the fully staffed thing, but I did see where there was, they did say that there was warnings.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be like, was it 19% that they lost of their staff in the Doge cuts? But yeah, it does seem to me, from what I've been seeing, that I won't say all, but the majority of the blame really looks like it goes on the state rather than the feds.
Yeah, and each, at least earlier this week, we're blaming the other. The state MAGAs and the federal MAGAs are blaming each other. I think that's going to fizzle out soon. But yes, of course, the now post-Doge Trump sycophant run, National Weather Service are going to report certain things. But what cannot be denied is the guy directly representing the NWS who had 30 years of experiencing getting the message out to that local area in Texas was no longer there. And there were 5 or 6 other key positions that were doged.
By the way, did you happen to see the interview where, is her name Christy Nome? Is that her name? The FEMA head?
The cosplay Barbie?
Yeah.
DHS. Yeah.
Where she said, she said the federal government has nothing to do with emergency management. It's all on the state. And it's like, does she realize that the EM in FEMA is emergency management, federal emergency management?
That'd be federal emergency management, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's not the state, is it?
I don't know what.
Do Americans still think that words are important?
Yeah.
Americans, especially the TikTok, YouTube, Facebook generation, they like to reinvent the English language.
Yeah, they've given new meanings to words and stuff. It's crazy, man.
Forced doctrine. If you watch this fellow named Andrew Wilson, you would think forced doctrine was something completely different. Anybody watching, take Google, take Siri, take ChatGPT, take whatever search engine you want and look up the phrase forced doctrine, and you won't see anything about man and women rights. You will see everything about how militaries form doctrines, how they train, how they do operations, how they do logistics. That's a forced doctrine. It has nothing to do with rights. But people on YouTube like to invent their own versions of English. All right.
People in the
Is that
people in
due
the
to a
White
lack
House.
of logic, or?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, Mark, you go.
I was going to say people in the White House like to invent their own definitions also. Kiwi, I don't know if it's a lack of education. I tend to think it's just a lack of intelligence.
I've
There's a lot of
found that on
stupid people
other,
here.
oh yeah, no, that's worldwide, my friend. That's worldwide. It seems that on other panels that I've watched, or YouTube channels and stuff, when people want to go into turn discussions into arguments, they choose to redefine words, and they throw their keywords out, you know, their little quotes or whatever, with completely the wrong definition behind it, and then want to argue about the definition of the word and not the topic. And it seems that they lack any credible logic or thought behind it, and they want to argue about how the word is used or where the word came from or what its roots are. And I think just argue the point and get to an objective ending. Like the James Stern is like a bit like that, you know.
And he's right. Being arrested and being kidnapped. Those are two very good examples. Arrested in America literally means that the arresting officer, he is identified, and he's identifying what crime you're being arrested for, and he either has a warrant, which roots itself in probable cause, or he has probable cause. You like to see reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime is being committed, has been committed, or is being planned to be committed. That's arrested. Kidnapped is what we're seeing. We have unidentified people kidnapping people without probable cause, without warrants, and without identifying themselves or why they're detaining them. Detaining, you can use detaining for kidnapping or for arrested. But yeah, the far right, the MAGAs, are confusing kidnapping for arresting. They're calling what ICE is doing arresting when they don't have probable cause, they don't have a warrant, and they're not identifying why the arrest is. What they're doing is kidnapping first, and then figuring out, can we hold this person? Can we detain them? Can we deport them after they've already put them in handcuffs and driven them off to some secure and undisclosed location? But yeah,
another location. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And one of the keys to kidnapping is taking a person from one place to another without their consent or permission, or even establishing what authority they're doing it under. That's kidnapping. So.
I mean, I won't say a hypothetical, but you could say hypothetical. Imagine, and it's easy to imagine because we've seen it a million times on the news and on videos, YouTube, Facebook, what have you. Imagine something that you've already seen. Masked, ununiformed, unidentified men grabbing someone off the street and throwing them into an SUV and driving away. What is that?
Gang mentality, if you ask me.
I'm sorry?
Gang mentality, if you ask me.
Gang mentality, yeah. They are kidnapping the person, not arresting the person. And now that we've seen that a million times, you, me, or Muxter, or James Stern are walking down the street, and all of a sudden this SUV pulls up to this middle-aged, brown-skinned woman, and they jump out without uniforms. They are masked. There's nothing to identify them as any kind of law enforcement, and they grab this woman, and they drive off. Did they just arrest this woman, or did someone just kidnap her? You don't know. And if they ever do it, other witnesses won't know.
About
now these people
a week or so ago, I posed a thing on my one Facebook channel. I said, you see a masked man grab a woman on the street and throwing her in a car, what do you do? And a lot of people were like, I'd call the cops, I'd intervene. The funny thing is, the MAGA people on that channel totally missed the reference I was making.
Yeah.
And even after other people mentioned about it, it's like, well, it's not the same thing. It's like, no. We have videos showing exactly that happening. And somehow you think it's okay when someone says, oh, it's ICE. But no, if you look at it, you don't know what that is.
Okay, there's a little bit of ambiguity. Is that the right word, librarian?
Yeah.
It's not really clear, cut, and dry. Correct. If I'm an ICE agent, I don't have to say I am David Finkel from ICE, and you're being arrested for being an illegal immigrant or whatever. I do have to say, under federal law, that I am ICE. I don't have to say David Finkel. I am ICE, and this is why this person is being arrested, especially when asked. I get in the heat of the moment, they might forget that they won't just announce it. But if somebody's, who are you? Why are you doing this? They have to identify their agency or the department if they're a local cop, and they have to explain why they're arresting this person.
Let me ask you this, James. If, let's say right now, some masked person busts through my door, which would be stupid because my door is never locked, but anyway, they are stupid, so they would bust through the door, and they just come busting in here and come after me, and I shoot the son of a bitch, and then it turns out that he claimed to be an ICE agent. Am I guilty of shooting a federal law enforcement officer, or did I just shoot an intruder? Should I go to jail for shooting a law enforcement officer when he comes in here totally unidentified wearing a mask?
Well, that comes down to what authority they're acting under, because it's like these detainees, not all of them can be illegals. So some of them might actually be citizens. So do they have the right to form a class action and sue the federal government, sue ICE for illegal detainment?
I know it always gets tricky.
Or are they being denied that?
Government. Well, the thing they're being denied is called due process.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things that a lot of those people, a lot of those MAGA type heads go, well, they're here illegally. How do you know they're here illegally if you don't go to court and show that they're here illegally? That's what the due process is. Instead, they just throw them on a plane and send them off to El Salvador.
They're sending them away to places they're not from. Yeah, yeah.
I don't usually do this, guys. I'm going to dox the YouTube character known as James Stern, formerly known as Firefighter something. His real name is Martin Niemöller. Forgive the pronunciation, James. We'll just call you Martin. Because
that's a lovely name.
Martin's going to say this someday. He's going to say, first, they came for the socialists. I did not speak out because I'm not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out because I'm not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I didn't speak out because I'm not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. So, yeah, Martin, I would think twice before licking the boots of ICE.
You know the thing about that, too, that ties in so much with all these people, and when I say these people, I mean these MAGA heads, that well, the whole discussion we've been having a lot lately is with cutting Medicaid and SNAP and all that. I have noticed that those people automatically, if you say it is wrong to be cutting that, they go, oh, because you want to keep all your free stuff. you're living off of my tax dollars. They assume that the only reason you would be against something is because it affects you personally. They cannot in their own minds imagine standing up for somebody just because it's the right thing to do. It has to be good for them. And I just love it. I laugh when I watch any of these people being interviewed who lost their jobs to Doge. Got to wait until Kiwi's done doing whatever he's doing. They lost their jobs to Doge, or they're losing their insurance or whatever, and they go, "Oh, I voted for Trump, but I didn't know he meant my job. I didn't know he'd come after my insurance." You know, and it's like, fuck you people. That's what, you know, oh, you're so woke. You're so woke. Yes, because our eyes are open and we care about other people. We don't just care about what it's going to do for us.
You guys, you Americans, respect and are thankful for the service that their young men provide in the military forces. Yeah, you'd say that's a sort of over the board sort of socially accepted thing over there. That the wars that you have fought in the last 100 years, mostly in other countries, have been on that basis, Muxter, to free other people from the tyranny of dictatorships or you know, bad treatment or whatever, because it's the right thing to do. That's the whole premise of a lot of young people joined the military forces to do, was to free others from tyranny or suffering at the hands of others. So bringing that back to the benefits that may be done in a you know, a government-run benefit scheme, health or whatever, provided by everyone's taxes, because it's the right thing to do for everyone in the community. So now,
traditionally, soldiers, American soldiers, airmen, Marines, serve traditionally for that purpose, to protect the rights of others. As we got more and more modern, we started out as a trickle, and it grew and grew and grew. And I really don't know what the stat is now, but now you have a lot who do it for economic security.
Sure. But you could get the same economic security from being a librarian or being a local councillor on the government, wouldn't you? Like,
it ebbs and flows. There's times, like in the 80s, a lot of economic security seekers and college benefit seekers joined because Vietnam was just long enough ago that they thought, we're never going back to war, and they were in the midst of that again. They're in the midst of their careers as we started going back to various combat scenarios like Panama, Grenada, first Iraq, second Iraq, Afghanistan. Like, oh, wait a minute, but I enlisted for college benefits. They exist. I don't know how many are benefit seekers and economic security seekers, and how many are actually serving for the purpose of protecting others. Or maybe it's a mix for an individual. I know I first enlisted to impress girls in 1982. I was 17 years old. I enlisted to impress girls. National Guard. By the time I went active duty Navy, I'm thinking, okay, now I need a job. And then when it came time to either, because National Guard's part-time, I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing. So when it was time to either re-enlist in the Navy or get out, and I ended up joining the Army, they keep having me raise my right hand and repeat after them, what the hell do these words mean? What is this Constitution thing? So by the time I enlisted in the Army and re-enlisted a few times, I was doing it more altruistically than economically. In fact, it was economics that got me out in 1998. I'm like, I can do better on the outside than this.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I left the Army
okay.
as an E5 at a base salary of $32,000, and the first full
As an
time job.
E5.
Yeah, sergeant, buck sergeant. Not that it matters, but I had a P in parentheses, a few points more, and I was going to be a staff sergeant. But I decided to get out, and I mean I couldn't have predicted this, but my first full time job that I got. I mean, I had a few part-time gigs and a few temp gigs, but the first civilian full-time job I got after the Army, I remember in the interview, the question, how much are you looking to make for a salary? And so I'm thinking, okay, I was making 32,000 base pay, totally forgetting BAQ, VHA, separate rations, uniform allowances, like $32,000. And their eyes lit up. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I had no idea what it cost to be a civilian. Well, I was saying it for my brother, and when I got back to my brother's house, there was a voicemail, and I checked the voicemail, and it said, we want to hire you for $37,000. I was ecstatic. I'm like, they're giving me $5,000 more a year than I asked for.
Good. Yeah.
It sounded cool. Now, at the time, I'm living for free in my brother's house, and my brother's doing quite well on the AOL gravy train. So I jumped at that. 18 months, 2 years later, I become the supervisor of that little department. And that's when I saw everyone else's salary. As supervisor, I was getting paid less than anybody else on that team.
Right.
And even after that experience, I still didn't really know how to barter for a salary.
Negotiate. Yeah.
Negotiate. Yeah. Many times after that, they'd ask that question. I'd give an answer, thinking I'm going higher and higher and higher. And then when I get in, I find out I could have gone a lot higher.
This guy's a Mexican. He's going to come in at half the price and do double the work.
Yeah. Oh, and I saw Clay Foundations. That's Brick Jonesy. I'm going to come out. Brick Jonesy, do you remember me saying that I was once in my life a professional boxer and once in my life a contractor for a 3-letter agency? If you're still there and you indicate that you're still there, I'll explain both of them right now. If not, I'll save it for another time, because nobody believes that I was a professional boxer or a contractor for a 3-letter agency.
There's Kiwi's professional boxer right there.
That's not a boxer. That sounds more like a Chihuahua. Is that a Chihuahua?
That's my highly trained security dog.
Security dog.
You have to remember he's on the other side of the world, so it's like an opposite thing.
Okay.
Boxers down there sound like, snouting.
Is Brick? I can't see the chat, guys, but is Brick Jonesy quoting the Bible at all in chat at the moment?
No, he's just Muckster. Hope is all well. Happy 4th.
Oh,
happy
okay.
4th. Wait a minute, you're about 6 days late. But yeah,
it says happy belated 4th.
I missed that. Yeah, see, I skimmed and I missed the important details. And even James is being fairly well behaved. This is unusual for them to be so well behaved. Maybe like us, they're starting to get bored of the YouTube and the drama, and I don't know. I think Clay has left. Do we call him Clay or do we call him Brick? I don't know if he's permanently changed his names or he just goes back and forth.
There's another channel that I frequent, but I don't comment on, but by a guy who's down with the flow.
Oh yeah.
And Brick Jonesy's always on there, and it always turns to the Bible or God or religion, and it's like, oh my God, I can't handle this. Every discussion ends up being a biblical reading, and I'm like, oh, I have to get off. I can't do it, eh?
Yeah, I noticed he's become a regular there ever since him and Toddler split up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Well, actually, I was thinking of Resla. It seems like he's always on Reslas. But yeah, it does seem like he's a regular on Flow also.
I haven't watched Flow or Powder Dusty in quite a while. He's gone religious on us?
No, he hasn't. But the discussions end up like Reslas. They go. It just turns everything into a theological debate, and it's like that's not what we were talking about, you know.
I haven't watched. Gosh, see, I'm behind. I haven't watched Shiz Happens. I haven't watched Generally Specific. I haven't watched Resla. I haven't watched Powder Dusty in quite a long time. I'm even getting away from my regulars. In fact, I got bored the other night and I thought, let me see what Hill Pirate Studios is up. And I looked and they weren't on. I'm like, when was the last time they're on? It's been like 11 or 12 days. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I guess everyone's getting tired of.
I'll glance in on a lot of those, and I might stay for 3 or 5 minutes, and it's just not interesting to me.
No, it's like without the drama.
Yeah.
Without the inter-channel drama or name calling or bitching about each other, channels are starting to slow down, perhaps because there's no back and forth anymore. Because everyone just goes, "Oh, fuck this! I'm over it," you know.
It's the same old shit.
Yeah.
Just when we were starting to get tired of covering Kaiser, he got himself arrested. I'm not sure if we'd still be covering him if he was free or not. We just got sick of him. Generally Specific, just got tired of him, you know. I still comment about him every now and then, but I haven't watched his shit. I haven't watched his shit since he claimed he had a mental illness, and he felt like we were weaponizing his mental illness against him. Like, well, one, I'm sick of your shit, and two, that might be real, so I'm just going to leave you the fuck alone. You know, I don't know, is he still doing his shit?
Maybe don't go on a public forum like YouTube and start shit with other people if you have a mental illness. Maybe just hang back and watch. If you can't handle it, then don't go on it. You know.
Here's the thing, and Muxer can vouch for this. I swore Kaiser off many times. I swore off Generally Specific many times, and then I'm right back at it. It was like I couldn't stop the loop. I would watch him, I'd comment on him, I'd go over there and chat, and then get all pissed off. And when I would pull back for a while and say, okay, I'm done with this, people would text me, hey, Generally Specific is saying this, or Kaiser's saying that, or KFAR.
Someone's saying something about you. Yeah.
All right. And so I'd go over there and see what it's about, and then it's lather, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing over and over again. This time, I'm not sure how long it's been. I'm going to guess 2 weeks. It feels like 2 weeks. The first week, people were still texting me. I'm like, guys, stop it. I don't give a fuck. And the text started slowing down, the emails. And I would say it's probably been 5 or 6 days since someone, the other day, one person texted me. In fact, it was during a live stream. Hey, did you see what GS said? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And now that I'm not reacting to his texts, I've washed that man right out of my hair. I'm going to wash that.
Yeah. Unsubscribe and just move on, eh? Like,
yeah.
No matter how hard you argue with idiots, they're never going to stop being idiots.
Now, you mentioned religion, and I'm not super religious, but I do have
I despise the stuff.
I have a strong faith in a certain scripture that, I should, because I took an oath to it several times. And part of that scripture is back in the news today, yesterday, very recently. A lower court has once again ordered a ruling for the entire nation, and that comes pretty quickly after the Supreme Court says you can't do that anymore, and they did it. So I'm wondering where it's going, but that's about birthright citizenship, and I thought I'd take this opportunity that if we could all remove our hats and sing along, can we turn to our turn to our hymnals, to the Holy Scripture, hymn number 14. Bear with me, it's less than 3 minutes long. Hymn 14. Sing with me.
Persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law.
And
it'll occur to him eventually, folks.
It occurred to him eventually, yeah. All right, yes, muted. I'm not going to repeat that. If you didn't hear me or read my lips, all right. Wow. Yeah, that was the AI monks and a monkess. What do you call it? A nun? What do you there was definitely a woman in there. Muted. Yes. Yes. Yes, what? Am I the greatest? Why? Yes. Okay. Oh, Nerdy's still with
one of the things on like immigration and all that I've noticed a lot of those people say it's like, well, when my great grandfather came over, he did it legally. It's like, yeah, but when your great grandparents came, all that was required was a ticket for a ship. You didn't have all this other, you didn't have visas and immigration papers. You came here and you went and got a job as a cop if you were Irish, or you went and became a coal miner if you were Eastern European.
Well, if you're Irish, you couldn't just be a cop. You had to be a drunk cop. Okay, that was a stereotype. I'm going to hell for that one. Kiwi got quiet because I went all religious on him. You still there, Kiwi? Italian bricklayers.
Yeah.
German scientists. Oh, wait. That was after World War II. That was the NASA. That's right.
That was something I was thinking of before also. A little conversation I had with somebody on Facebook. It was like a video, and somebody had a Latino accent.
Mm-hmm.
And this person was like, oh, yeah, well, see, they don't even speak good English. I forget exactly what their point was, but I was like, you know, you grew up the same place I did. And I remember when I was a kid, there were a lot of people around here with heavy Italian accents or Russian accents. So you saying they didn't have a right to speak up? You know, somehow when it becomes a, you know, Hispanic accent, oh, well, they're in the mafia. Oh, no, wait, that's right. That was the Italians. What is it they say about the Hispanics? They're drunks. No, that was the Irish. It's stupid. No, that was the Polish. They're disease carriers. No, that was the Chinese. None of this shit ever changes. You always got bigots. Hi, how's everybody going? Somebody just beeped. Oh God,
Yeah,
we got
dudes,
two
I'm
things.
still here. I'm still here. I just was on mute, listening to the
Jungle.
citizenship ode. Is it the ode to the citizen, or what's that called? What do you call that thing you just played, Finkel?
That was the 14th Amendment.
Oh.
All persons born or naturalized
Yep.
in the United States
Yep.
are motherfucking citizens.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And that's something that you that the federal agents take an oath to. Is that right?
But it's the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. They take an oath to defend and protect the Constitution.
Right. So who's not playing the game by the rules then? Because someone's lying, aren't they?
And all his lemmings.
Is it Trump or is it other people in the government that are concocting this?
I think it's a little bit of both. Stephen Miller's a big part of it.
I think Trump doesn't know half of what he signs.
I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this one. Stephen Miller may be the first Jewish Nazi. Possibly. I don't know.
Do you think during the Second World War that there was... Do you think during the Second World War and during the Holocaust and all that, that there were traitors of the Jewish faith or of the German people and all that sort of thing? Do you think that there were people that crossed over, or did everyone stand by their allegiances and vows?
Good question, and I have to admit I don't know how many.
I've never heard a story of people crossing the line when it came to that.
I'm sure there were people who tried to, boy, I forget the word for it now. But like, well, let's use a derogatory term that people use, like a race traitor.
Yeah.
Somebody who like tried to get by kissing up to the government, and then they probably found
Going
out
along with it. Yeah.
Yeah, once the government didn't need them anymore, they were thrown into the same gas chamber as everybody else.
Yeah.
We have a similar example here in this year. A woman of Canadian origins was brought to America when she was 3, and she went to elementary school, middle school, high school. She graduated. She got married to an American. She had 3 American kids, and she was very big for Trump. And I kind of wonder if she thought, if I pretend to be for Trump and I tell my husband to vote for Trump, maybe they'll leave me alone. Well, she's sitting in a detention center in Texas now, waiting to be deported.
Right. Because she came from Canada.
Yeah, she's originally from Canada. She doesn't really know Canada because she was brought here when she was 3.
Yeah.
And she would have had my sympathy, except that she not only supported Trump, but she told her husband to vote for Trump.
Right.
So she felt, if I betray other immigrants, maybe I'll get special
take the heat off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quisling was the word I was trying to think of. That's somebody who like pretends to try to fit in with the, it'd be like a Jew who was trying to act like they belonged to the Nazi party.
Yeah.
Actually,
inhumanity is something that needs to be stopped at the root, though, doesn't it? Like as soon as the Nazis started, it should have been stopped. We all know where this is heading, don't we? The people on this channel know where this is heading. Is it really going to get any better until we stop it? Because bad things are going to happen at the hands of people who don't stop and think. Hey.
Yep.
It's not going to stop.
That's the terrifying thought.
It's not going to
Sorry,
stop.
Finkel.
It's not going to stop until the people get their shit together and fight them off. All the people.
I kind of feel like people need to take it back. Take back their country from these idiots and thugs.
Yeah. Eventually, although I can't predict the timeline because Nazi Germany became regular Democratic Republic Germany again. But it took 80 years, but it also took foreign forces invading and forcing it on them. Ain't no foreign force going to help us out. We got to do it ourselves.
No one's coming to save you. Hey, no one's coming to save you. Not even God.
When you were saying were there, Jews who were trying to go along with them? Actually, I'm pretty sure. And this is another thing that kind of goes in with Finkel's timeline. When Hitler was first coming to power, a lot of Jews were voting for him also because he seemed to be in favor of, making Germany great again.
The working man, because they were starving, weren't they? They were starving, and they were overtaxed and underfed, and he said, well, I'll feed you. I've got a way, I've got a plan, I will feed you. So starving people are going to vote for whoever says they're going to feed them, aren't they?
I think some of our current day stereotypes about Jews comes from this, but when Hitler came to power, Jews actually had a lot of wealth. The Jews in Germany, they had a lot of wealth. And that wealth turned into poverty practically overnight.
Well, they froze them, didn't they? Froze their assets, froze their accounts, and took them off them, didn't they?
He did lie. He did lie to them, and a lot of them did believe him that he was going to return a Jewish pure state. I think first he looked at Madagascar,
Right.
and then Palestine.
Okay.
So, current day Israel. If I,
And that hasn't gone well either, has it?
yeah.
Has it?
I do not approve of what Hamas did to them October.
No.
But I do not approve of the overreaction to it either.
The return volley. Yeah.
I can't really take a definitive side on that.
See, everything's temporary in this life, isn't it? Really.
Life itself is temporary.
Everything's temporary, even you and me. So I don't know why people take things so serious when it comes to that. It's like you've got to find someone who's going to be less than you, so you can take their stuff and blame all your problems on them. And then, does anyone know what it's going to look like without any Latinos in America, or any Central Americans or South Americans in America, in the States? What's that
Well,
going
there's
to
not
look
going to
like?
be anybody around to pick the vegetables.
Your gardens and lawns are going to be fucking atrocious. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Because none of you have the time or the effort to bloody look after the green stuff.
Today's Thursday, so you know what I did this morning? I went out to Holly's late sisters to check them out and whack the weeds.
Yeah,
It's a small yard. It's a very tiny yard. But the backyard is an absolute jungle. And all I've been doing there is taking a weed whacker and blazing a trail from the gate to the electric meter.
Right.
And today when I got there, I'm realizing this jungle is out of control. I keep asking Holly to let me go ahead and get it under control. She says, no, we'll hire somebody. So finally today...
There's no one left to hire.
Well, actually, there is. The ice hasn't gotten them yet. But I texted her. I said, I went ahead and re-whacked a trail blaze from the gate to the electric meter. But we really got this under control, and I'm willing to do it. She says, we will hire somebody. And then she says something that kind of took me by surprise. In fact, I thought you were going to find someone. I'm like, oh, I offered. I didn't realize you took me up on it. So instead of coming right back home, I drove around the neighborhood looking for a crew maintaining yards, and I found one.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And much to Dave Finkel's pleasure, the sign on the side of the pickup truck was Dave's Mowing.
Dave.
Yeah,
Dave's
I'm like,
Mowing.
okay, I like these guys. So I stopped and rolled down the window. I said, "Do you guys?" Because this was in the single family homes across the boulevard from the townhomes where all his sisters used to live. I said, "Do you guys do the townhome things?" And they kind of looked at me funny. I said, "Do you do the smaller yards? Do you do smaller projects?" And they looked at me funny, and I realized then that they're not speaking English. And one of them pulled out a card that said Dave's Mowing, and it had a phone number on it. So I called Dave's Mowing, and they are going to pick up the job. But the way these guys were looking at me when I pulled up, I kind of wonder if they thought I was ICE.
I was just thinking, after all this is said and done, and ICE have finished and their contracts are over, are they going to pull up in front of your sister-in-law's place in a van, and 5 blokes with masks and no uniforms on jump out and start mowing the lawn for you? Is that what's going to happen?
I do not know, but I know. Rest in peace. I know she, when she left us, she was an absolute Trump hater. In fact, it kept her up at night. A pure white hot hatred for Trump, and I respected her for that because
I mean, all anyone can ask for is for to be a human to other humans.
Yes.
I mean, can't we just be humans to other humans and not worry about so many of the details? Because your color's different to my color, or your language is different to my language, or your food is different to my food. Can't we just get along, or not just tolerate each other? No.
Yeah, it's not just picking our fruits and vegetables and mowing our lawns.
Yeah.
Where am I going to get my pupusas and tacos and burritos?
Who's going to cook my burritos?
All right. Now, do I have to go to 7-Eleven and microwave one of those fake burritos? I hate those things.
No, you have to fly American Airlines down to Nicaragua and try and get some there. Or God forbid, go to Puerto Rico and try and eat their food. My God.
My
the
brother,
humanity.
Yeah.
The horror.
My brother lives about an hour away, and he came out this way because his favorite small business pet store is out here. So we decided to go out for lunch, and we were going to go to another place, but we pulled up at a UPS store because he had a package to ship, and right next door is this place called Abbey 2. Which
Abbey 2?
Yeah, I've known about it for probably 20 years. I just never thought about it.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh, Abby." I'm like, "Yeah, is Abby normal?" I'm thinking of Young Frankenstein. He says there's a Abbey, I forget where he says, Falls Church or somewhere. He says, "I heard they had another restaurant. Maybe that's it. Can we go here?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And they were El Salvadorian. They had pupusas, and I forgot what he ordered. I ordered these like pork chop things, like soaking in tomato soupy substance. That was friggin' delicious.
Okay.
But I don't know why I'm telling you the story. It really has nothing to do with anything.
Well, I'm right into it now. Please continue.
Well, we sat there over lunch and trashed the hell out of Trump for a very long time, and the wait staff, at first they seemed a little skeptical. I think it was because a couple of white guys are coming into the restaurant.
Yeah, crazy honkies talking stupid in there.
as they seemed to be picking up on our conversation, they started bringing us free snacks. They offered us free drinks, but I'm a recovering alcoholic. My brother had an hour to drive home, so we declined on that. But they were
sure, yep.
We suddenly became their best friends.
Okay.
It's a pleasure because if we take his girlfriend, she's Korean, and when we start talking politics, she gets real nervous because usually when she comes with us, it's out on his end of town in Haymarket, and they're pretty red state. They're pretty MAGA out there.
Okay.
And she hates it when we. I mean, I'm 6'2", my brother's 6'1", and she's typical Korean height. And she gets real nervous. Yeah. She's afraid that someone's going to overhear us and get pissed off and start something. My brother and I, we never even think about it. But when she explained, can we stop this discussion? I'm like, I thought you hated Trump too. She's like, yeah, but I'm like 5 foot tall. I'm not white.
I can't back it up here.
Like, fair point. It's not as safe for you as it would be for us.
But isn't that the first part of the First Amendment? Don't you have the freedom to speech?
No. I mean, it's in there, but the first. Well, I'm educating you. Never mind.
Yeah. No. Never mind. Did you just give up, Buckster? You just give up.
Well, I was trying to tell you something, and you're just fucking laughing. So never mind.
There's a slight delay, and you guys have been talking over each other. I don't think intentionally. That happens on StreamYard. It happens on Zoom too. My family does it all the time. Where were we? Yeah, but yes, freedom of speech is in the First Amendment, along with religion and the right to assembly and all that.
Yeah.
But that's Congress shall
But
make
it
no
is
law.
not the first part, was my point. His
Okay.
question was, isn't that the first part of the First Amendment? And I said no, and then I couldn't get past the fucking laughter.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry if I was trying to be educational.
That's fair. Yeah, it's not the first part. The first part is Congress shall make no law, and then it lists them on. I do forget what the order is, but these MAGAs.
Religion, speech, press, assembly, petition.
Thank you. The MAGAs are quick to point out that's Congress making a law. We don't want to hear your shit. And I, being a 6'2" white guy, my brother being a 6'1" white guy, we don't care if they don't want to hear our shit. We're going to say what we want to say. The point was that Betty, she's not 6'2", and she's not white, and she's easy to be scared by MAGAs.
Okay. I mean, I understand the.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mark. So I get your point. If you're still out there, we'll try to avoid the interruptions. It's very easy to do unintentionally.
My apologies. I didn't mean any offense.
So the answer to, is it the first part? No, it's not the first part. Is it in there?
The first part. Okay.
Yeah, it is in there.
So the government's not allowed to make any law against freedom of speech and freedom of religion and all those things. But why should citizens feel that they can't voice their views and be afraid of other citizens?
It's a false sense of entitlement. The MAGAs are superior to everyone. It's not unlike the German Aryans. They thought they were superior.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. It's like you will follow what we think, or else you're going to have repercussions. No one should feel like that, should they?
No, I am with you 100% on that. No one should feel like that. No one should treat others like that. But when you have a sense of entitlement, like if you're driving a brand new BMW or a brand new Tesla in America, you're going to do things on the road that the rest of us are like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just the BMWs and the Tesla. It's also the people with Maryland plates.
Maryland, Connecticut. Yeah.
I guess I have a grudge there. Being in Northern Virginia, just across the river from Maryland, I get annoyed at the Maryland plates. And they could have an Obama bumper sticker. I'll get pissed off because they have a Maryland plate.
Do you just sometimes fire a couple of shots off over the river from where you are?
No, because when they're not in their cars, they're good people. They're more liberal than
okay.
They just drive like assholes.
Yeah. I just was thinking that of all the countries in the modern world, America would be the one place where you could feel like you could stand up and express your voice, even if you're completely wrong according to everybody else.
Yeah, it used to be that.
And not feel intimidated into a place where you should just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Which is what I think that lady that you were describing would be feeling.
Oh, yeah. Somehow they got a video of her screaming and crying, "Canada, save me!" Yeah. No sympathy for her. No sympathy. Sympathy for people in her situation. But when you add the, not only did I support Trump, but I nagged my husband into voting for Trump. Yeah, you lost all sympathy. I have a YouTube channel I follow called Tom Powell Jr. He likes to say, "Have the day you voted for." And a lot of magazines.
Over there, do do you vote for the man or do you vote for the party?
Most of my life, I voted for the issues.
Yeah, vote for the party and policies to respond to those issues. Is that correct?
And those issues based on my limited understanding. I wasn't very politically aware through most of my military career. So most of my military career, there was the urban myth that the Republicans were better for the military. So I would just blindly vote for Republicans.
Okay, just because you are loyal to that cause, or just
Right.
because it was easy?
Well, it was a self-interest thing. They claimed, they were wrong, the Republicans gave us better benefits, better pay, better housing, better training areas, better MWRs, just all this bullshit about us better. And then the guy named Ross Perot kind of spoiled an election in 93, 94. And the scary liberal guy, Bill Clinton, he's going to let the gays in. He's going to take away our pay. He's going to do all this bad stuff for the military. But as his administration progressed, I'm realizing we're getting bigger pay raises. We're getting better barracks. We're getting better training areas. We're getting more efficient training. When I came in the Army in '88, I remember we'd go to Peace on Ridge in our 113s, and we'd just sit around all day. By the time Clinton was commander-in-chief and we'd go out to training programs, we would actually constantly be involved in some kind of training. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's harder work, but this makes more sense. And then
at least we're doing something. Yeah.
Yeah, everything was getting better. I can't remember if I voted for him when it was time to re-elect or not. I was still in the mindset. I was still in that corrupted Republican mindset. But when I got out, I still didn't really pay attention to close issues, abortion, LGBTQ, gun control, gun rights. I wasn't really, I was just, when I was in the military, it was all about what's in it for me. I have to admit I was selfish.
Okay.
When I got out in 98, shortly after, a guy named George W. Bush ran against Clinton's vice president.
Right.
And it was a very close election. And after they called it for Al Gore,
yes,
Fox News came on and said, there's a correction. George W. Bush won. I'm like, wait a minute. We have 49 states counted, and we have a Gore win. And all of a sudden, Florida is going through some kind of, I don't know if you heard about dimple chads and hanging chads and absentee ballots and all this. This is interesting. So I got to sticking on the political channels and the news channels like around the clock. And the more I saw, the more and more I got pissed off at the George W. Bush folks. And,
yep, sure, yep.
I think that's just based on being aware. And of course, when you're watching this stuff, you start tuning into the actual issues. And I realized all my life I've been a liberal. I didn't vote liberal. I voted self-interest. But I've always thought that people should be treated fairly. People should not be oppressed. And so from 2001 until current day, 99% of the time, sheriff, local representatives, mayors, stuff like that, presidents, congressmen, senators, I voted Democrat. Once in a while, I'm like, okay, this Democrat's a little shady and his opponent seems better. Once in a while, I have voted Republican, but mostly, I'd say 99% of the time, I'm voting Democrat. Even if I don't do my research, I'm remembering 2001, and
So okay. So you would vote on the local or state level based on his, on the sheriff's or whatever, affiliation to the major party, rather than whether you think he's a liar or a thief or.
when I bother to do the research, I'm finding out that the Democrats stand for things that are more aligned with my beliefs. When I don't do my research, and I'm guilty of doing that sometimes, I just blindly vote Democrat because I see when Republicans are in power. Let's say my local Congress member, and he's Democrat, but if my local congressman was a Republican and I thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, I'm aware that when he gets into Congress now, that gives the Republicans a majority. And when Republicans are in a majority, they do some stupid shit.
Okay. So you know what the fallout's going to be if you go a certain way with your vote. Yep. Okay.
Like today, Republicans have majorities in both of our federal level House of Representatives and Senate. They have the majority. I don't believe they're all MAGAs, but they are all afraid of MAGAs, and therefore they tend to consolidate and give the power to the MAGAs because the MAGAs are Republican and they have a majority.
Yep.
I honestly believe if we had blind votes where you didn't find that Ms. Caskell voted this way or Don Beyer voted that way, I think you should have a tally. I think the MAGA issues would lose a hell of a lot more, but they're afraid. They're afraid of their counterparts. But I'm just
as in they're afraid of retribution, or they're afraid that they'll vote against them,
physical threats of being primaried, threats of being funded, threats of being taken. Like if you represent say the state of Alaska, and you oppose this big ugly bill, and you say you're opposed to it, they come at you and say, well, we'll do these things for Alaska. And being a representative of Alaska, they're like, okay, you bought me. In other cases, they will threaten. They will strong arm and threaten. Promises and threats, both are used to wield this power. But the Republicans, whether they're MAGA or not, they're afraid to go against the party line because either they won't get their special dispensation or they will get physical threats or primary threats or what have you.
So you'd better not go into politics with a guilty conscience then, eh? Because someone might hold it against you.
That's right. I get so politically opinionated that all my friends, my girlfriend, they always tell me, you should run for something. I'm like, no, I have a shady past.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do bad?
I'm not cocky enough to think they'll never find out about this or that, because they will find out about this or that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Left and right politicians, the reason they go into politics is they're cocky and they think they're never going to find out.
They'll never find my dirty laundry. Yeah.
Yes, Bill Clinton did smoke joints, and I believe Obama did too. Today, that doesn't matter. No one cares if you smoked a joint. But when they were running for office, that was pretty scary to find out they smoked a joint. I personally have never smoked a joint, but there are other things that I don't wish to share.
Okay, no, fair enough. I mean, we've all lived, haven't we? We've all had a life.
Yeah. I'm 60 years old. There may be stuff I did that I forgot about that somebody will pull up.
Yeah, there's so many sins I can't even remember.
I mean, I drank heavily for a lot of those years, and there's a lot of things I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Finkel has an illegitimate child, a full adult now, living in Philadelphia. What? Oh, yeah, I did kill a lot of brain cells in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah. Clinton
we've been doing this.
That's true.
But I just wonder sometimes when you look back at history and stuff, the Romans did this with their government, the British have done this with their government for lots of centuries,
I think I got
doesn't,
it
doesn't get any better, you know?
Right. Where's my clip? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Monsieur Hamilton. Monsieur Lafayette. In command where you belong. Are you saying no sweat? We're finally on the field. We've had quite a run. Immigrants, we get the job done.
Well, shit, that's the wrong one. That's from the musical Alexander Hamilton.
Right.
I haven't loaded the clip. Shame on me. Oh, wait, there's a button for more. If I click on more. Ah, shit, it's not in there. All right. Remind me to add this clip.
Where the hell's Nikki when we need her? Where's Nikki?
I haven't seen Nikki in a while. In fact, she hasn't even... I haven't seen her even in our internal text, so I don't know.
She doesn't mod anymore for you.
She's welcome to. I haven't seen her in a while.
Hope everything's okay.
Yeah, me too. Me too. In fact, maybe we should directly ask her. You know, once we start going up on our internal text, we should say, "Hey, Nikki, where are you? You okay?"
Yeah.
The clip I was looking for is King George. He sings a bit. There's 3 parts where he does his King George singing, but the one I was looking for, he says, "Oceans rise, empires fall," and that's very true.
It is true.
Whether we're truly are or were truly the greatest nation ever, it's not going to last forever. Greece fell, Ottoman fell, Rome fell, British is well, I can't really call it an empire.
Gone.
There was a time that the sun never set on the British Empire, and that was very.
That's right.
That's not true anymore.
No.
Empires do fall, whether they're really imperial or they're democracies, whatever. Nothing lasts forever.
Everything is temporary.
Yeah. And that makes me sad.
Does it?
It does. You know, I like either being a part of the best or at least thinking I'm part of the best. But in that I'm aware that America is no longer the best.
No.
It makes me sad.
No.
You know, I have an ego.
Okay. Well, what do you do about that? Do you accept it? Do you accept it and move on? Or do you fight to restore that? Or do you do something grand that brings it back?
That's a hard choice. I'm in a program of recovery where we practice a prayer, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
Cannot change.
However, it also says courage to change the things we can. Okay, can I change this or can I not? And the final part is wisdom to know
the difference.
Well,
absolutely.
I don't know if I have the wisdom to know what can I change, what can I not. I can try.
Finkel, come on now. 60 something years plotting this earth, being a bloody mischief to authority, and you don't know what you can change.
I saw a video last night on YouTube. I don't believe it was doctored. About 20 ICE protesters are trying to stop what I would call a kidnapping, what James Stern would call an arrest.
Yep.
20 of them piled up on the SUV.
Right.
That SUV kept going, and they all started falling off. I was afraid they were going to fall off and get run over. But if 20 people on one SUV driver and one passenger and one kidnappee, the protesters lost.
Okay.
What can I do? Yeah, it's really hard. You know, if I did find ICE on the 4th floor at Mannendale, at the immigration court, what could I possibly do? They have guns. They have the court guards. I'm just a guy with a camera. The truth is, the only thing I can do in that situation is record and load it up on YouTube.
Absolutely.
If I try to fight them or save whoever it is they're kidnapping,
no.
I'm going to lose. I will lose.
unless you're an MMA fighter who knows how to, you know, take on 2 or 3 blokes at the same time, unarmed.
Well, that's
not really your position, is it?
Yeah, but spoiler alert, I am not, nor was I ever an MMA fighter.
Right.
I was a professional boxer for a short while, but Rick Jones never asked me to explain that, so I'll save it when somebody's telling me, you were never a professional boxer, or you were never a contractor for a 3-letter agency. I was both, but you know, between you and me, it's not what they think it is. We have a very wide
is a 3-letter agency KFC?
Well, that would be a company, not an agency. I mean, a government agency. And when you say
of course,
people think of DHS, they think of FBI, they think of CIA. That's the big one. Defense, DIA, HSI. So there's a lot of 3-letter agencies. And there's one that people don't really know a lot about is the GAO. 3 letters. GAO, Government Accountability Office. And my contract position was help desk.
Is that Doge? Is it like a Doge?
No, but that's what Doge was trying to replace.
Pretending to be. Yeah. Right.
In fact, when Doge came out, I'm like, why in the fuck do we have a Doge if we have a GAO?
We already have something like that. Yeah.
Fortunately, that agency, GAO, belongs to the legislative branch. It doesn't belong to the executive branch.
Oh, okay. So who is it? Congress or the Senate that would
the House and the Senate?
House and the Senate would direct that one. Is that correct?
They would direct it. They'd be responsible for hiring and firing. And GAO GAO had never had the power to walk into the nuclear weapons developers and fire them all. What they would do is they'd walk in, they'd audit them, and they'd report, and then Congress would do the right thing. And you know, so that's where they're different from Doge. But they were the government watchdog, or I'm not sure they still are. But my contractor, I was a contractor, I was the help desk supervisor. I wasn't a GAO employee. I was an NCI employee, and my contract was computer help desk.
Right.
The professional boxer, I love doing this one. You were never a professional boxer? Yes, I was. I moonlighted driving pizza, and when it was slow, they'd pay us a penny to unfold boxes. A pizza box. Yeah. So, therefore, a professional, I'm getting paid for it. And boxing, I'm one who boxes. So I'm a professional boxer. Didn't last but 6 months. I was the best boxer on that team, though. Didn't wear gloves.
Didn't wear gloves.
Didn't wear gloves.
God.
And the only reason I'm sharing this with you is because I see our audiences too, and I'm pretty sure the usual. We just went up to 3. I'm pretty sure the usual people that I toy with on this, they're not watching. We got Nerdy Nerdleson, we got Muted Voodoo, and we got Just Muxter. Come on back, Just Muxter.
I upset him, didn't I?
He has a low patience for interruptions, and I get it. You're on one track, he's on another, and because of the delay, you end up talking over each other. I hope you'll come back. He put Clinton didn't in hell in the chat, so he's still with us.
Okay, that's cool.
But that's true. Yeah, Clinton smoked pot, but didn't in hell. And I'm thinking, what a waste of THC if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's 9:44. It is a work night, so I'm probably going.
Shall I let you depart? Mr. Finkel.
I am, but I don't want to leave hanging, thinking Muxter's mad at you or me or both of us.
That's all right. Muxter's always mad at me, and that's okay. That's our relationship. That's how it's based.
That's true. You are from News. Oh, there he is.
I was reading shit.
Reading shit. Can I translate that?
Whose shit? Whose shit were you reading? Is it like a fortune-telling thing where you read the tea leaves, but just reading the shit?
Something like that.
I think because
on
of
the internet.
on the internet. Oh, okay. I thought because of our earlier conversation, we had an Epstein client list on a desk, and now we don't have Epstein. And so my theory was Pam Bondi ate it. So I was thinking when he said he's reading shit, he's probably reading the Epstein.
Pam Bondi's. It's funny.
It's possible I am wrong. I have been wrong before, and it feels a lot like this, so it's quite possible I'm wrong.
It's been a pleasure talking to you both, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Likewise. Likewise.
I'm going to go back to my corner of the planet, and I wish you a great day.
All right.
The pleasure was all yours.
Was all mine. Thank you, Muckster. Talk to you soon.
All right. Cheerio. Cheerio.
Bye.
Cheerio, Governor. I got the wrong accent, don't I? Well, it's 9:46 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States, the former United States of America. I think I'm going to turn in, unless we want to discuss anything else. You guys want? Oh, Kiwi's still here. Do you guys want to discuss anything else, or are you going to get back to reading shit, or whatever?
I'll go back to watching. What was I watching?
Oh yeah, and West Wing for me.
Burn Notice.
Burn Notice. Oh, I haven't watched that. Is that streaming on like Hulu or Amazon or Netflix?
I had to download it because it wasn't on Amazon. Well, it might have been Amazon, but not free.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? Because I watched it years ago when it was originally on, and I noticed now with binging it, it's kind of annoying because it's one of those things where it's like the same stuff sort of keeps happening. You know, it's like, oh, we have this bad guy after us, and oh, we finally got rid of that bad guy, but oh, here comes another bad guy. You know, it's kind of
kind of like two shows that seem to have the same thing every time: Knight Rider and Airwolf.
Yeah.
Like watch 3 or 4 shows, it's the same show over and over again. Different actors, same plot, same helicopter scenes.
A lot of shows, you notice, they're like professional wrestling, where you know the hero is in trouble, he's been captured, there's no way he's getting out, and then yay, he wins in the end. You know what I mean? It's like
somebody got hit over the head with a chair or something, right?
Yeah, and it's like, and so I noticed it's like, I think whenever the show is separated by a week, you don't notice it as much because it is a fun show, good characters.
Right.
But when you watch a bunch of them in a row, you go, okay, they just keep doing the same stuff.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, as much as you hate me doing repetition, I'll let you get back to your repetition of Burn Notice.
I know, it's like I've watched 5 seasons now. I've got to finish the damn thing.
That's an obligation thing. Yes. Okay. I think in my consistent recycling of West Wing, I'm halfway through the 6th season again. All right. You, sir, have a good night. And Nerdy, have a good night. And Muted, whoever is out there, there's 3 of you watching. Whoever you are, have a good night. And I'm going to click on the end stream.
And Let me just say, you can all go fuck yourself.
Oh, that can be a challenge. Okay.
Are you mad? Are you bothered? Just a little? You seem mad.